Sucking on my own dick, yeah, you know I'm sucking on my own dick. Sucking on my dick, everybody's sucking their own dicks. Sucking on our own dicks, everybody's sucking their own dicks. Sucking on our dicks, yeah, you know I'm sucking on my dicks.
Sucking on my dick.
Oh, yes.
My penis is food. You know
Hello.
Hello.
Here
We're
we
not
are.
social distancing anymore.
No,
Social
we,
distance for one episode.
Look, we're going to die. At the very least, I'm going to die.
There's no way that I don't have the coronavirus. There's just no way.
Yeah, I mean, you were at the protest, spitting in people's mouths, passing it back and forth.
I was at two protests, and I was like, dude, I literally started to buy in because that WHO was like, asymptomatic people can't transmit all that stuff. I was like, you know what? It's fine. Apparently, we have more cases than ever in California.
That's the thing, is it's like every week, for some reason, every week I'm just like, yeah, I guess it's over now. And because I'm kind of cut off from news and everything at this point in social media. So just like every couple weeks, I'll be like, I guess it's over. And then I'll check the numbers, and I'm like, oh, it's so much worse.
It has not stopped rising exponentially.
Yeah. And I keep being like, I'm like, well, why don't I know anyone who's like really sick with it? And then I have to like take a step back and be like, I know like 8 people.
Yeah. It'll get to them.
Yeah.
Give it a minute.
I know like my parents, the group chat, Bay. That's it. Look. So my sample size, I'm like, it appears the virus is not real.
Virus is definitely real.
It's very real.
I'm ready for it to do what it will.
Yeah. You know, you were at the protest. People get tear gas in their eyes, suck it out like snake venom. I saw you guys on the news.
Hell yeah, dude. Those protests, it felt good to be at the protests. Without like, getting on a gay high horse, it felt good.
Yeah.
It did feel important. I do think
We like to do a little bit of irony on this podcast,
Yeah.
but let's take off the mask for just 1 second.
Well,
mainly because my new roommate Michael, he was like, "Oh man, I'm gonna take pictures of you guys at these protests to ruin your podcast." And I'm like, "What do you think our podcast is?" We're gonna be opposing murdering black people,
Yeah.
and everyone's gonna be like, "Well, they've betrayed me," and just throw their iPhone out the window.
Well, I will say it was the protest. The protests weren't not funny because so there was a dude that was wandering around. He had a megaphone. He's like, anybody who would like to have their voice amplified, just ask me and I'll give you the megaphone. And there's this little man in a wheelchair. And not a normal little. Okay,
I'm picturing Mulholland Drive guy.
yeah. Exactly, but even shittier limbs, just like
Just the worst fucking limbs.
dude. He looks like part seal, just fucking flippers and bones, and it's so funny because he is calling a guy over, and the guy starts to go, he was going, I'm sorry, this is actually just for black people who want, and then you see him look at how fucked up this guy is, and in his head he's like, he's basically black. Okay?
Yeah. And he took the megaphone. Baba Booey, Baba Booey.
Well, pretty much. Because he held the megaphone out for this guy in the electric wheelchair, and it became immediately apparent that this guy is not only physically deformed, but mentally he's pretty deformed as well. He just started screaming at the police in a little voice, asking them to give him his children back. You take one look at this man, there's no way he has children. There's no way the sperm would take.
Dude, if that guy managed to if it turned out he's like, oh yeah, he has 4 children to 3 different mothers. Salute to that guy.
Yeah, he just started yelling something completely incoherent about how the police made him give his children up. and so then later when we went in front of the halls of justice, which was it was really, really powerful. They had all these mothers of people who'd been killed by policemen, but it was most everybody who they brought up, because it was East LA crime, it was mostly Mexicans, and it was mostly Mexican cops killing Mexican people, but they still we still all chanted Black Lives Matter after every single one. And there was this thing amongst the crowd of just oh, okay, this is weird.
Well, there's that Patrice bit where it's look, you're either black or white. Mexicans, you picked black. Asians, you picked white. This was all decided a long time ago.
Fuck, that's true. Yeah, but it was good. It felt good to be there. There was they were flying drones over us, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was weird.
Oh man.
Cops were taking selfies from balconies. Like they were like, if you looked up, there were cops posted up with like rifles and shit like all around, and like putting their guns down to take like Instagram stories with us. It's just a big fucking crowd. Yeah, it was terrible.
Chris, that would be sick if a cop was like a YouTuber cop up there. Do you ever watch Hickok 45?
No.
He's this like grandpa from Tennessee who just completely apolitically just discusses guns and like
nice.
he just like dryly discusses guns for like 15 minutes, and then he's like, all right, now let's test this one out, and then he just like shoots watermelons in his backyard, and he's like, yeehaw. Woo! And he does little jokes.
Hell yeah.
He's like, let's smoke some pot, and then he shoots a flower pot. That'd be funny. The cop's up there on the roof, and he's like, all right, let's give this one a test. And he just blows someone's head off. It's like, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
It's just a cop starting a race war.
What's up, TikTok? I'm Officer Daniels, and this is the start of race war. This is the accelerationist challenge.
Oh, fuck, that's so funny.
Just like kissing a flashbang and throwing it. Oh, man, the police are no good.
Yeah, they're really bad.
Mm-hmm.
They're not good, dude.
No. Yeah, I don't know. I've been
I mean, speak on. I know you got
in my therapy, I have to take this like questionnaire every week where it asks me like how many days this week have you felt down and hopeless and like you've let your loved ones down. It's a bunch of real leading questions like that. But the one is like, have you had thoughts of violence or of harming others? And I always answer no matter whether I have or not. But this week I answered, do cops and Jeff Bezos count?
Hell yes.
And my therapist like laughed, and he's like, we'll not count those.
Well, dude, this is where this is my thing with therapy is like it's like catered to like comfortable upper middle class people, right? Like a lot of those questions, it's like, I don't know, those are probably fucking normal things to feel if you're not off.
I don't feel like this is a trap. Like my therapist is like, he's like an immigrant from South America. Like he's very much not like a, he doesn't have like a cushy like upper middle class outlook on it.
You got to be careful because if you answer enough bad questions, he might send you away and take your life. Like, just move in. The American dream.
I'm pretty sure he's doing okay.
Nah, man.
And then I move into his house with his family.
It's a classic immigrant ploy.
Which is to like build your own successful life over many decades and have a wife and kids and a dog and a house you own so that you can steal the life of one of the shittiest underperforming white men in the nation.
Yeah, but to mark down white on paper, dude, he gets to be official. If you do a bad enough job at being white, he can show that to the government. And he gets to be white.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like in an old movie where like laws aren't really presented clearly. It's like he just somehow has the deed to my body. The cops are like, he has the deed. There's nothing we can do. It appears he's holding your birth certificate and he scratched out your name and wrote his. So now he's you.
To be like, how have I never seen the deed to my body?
Where was it? Don't worry, it was safe. Where?
Oh, fuck.
I just get trapped in a fucking Charlie Kaufman plot. Oh no, you need to go down to the bureau and file a form.
Of what?
Yeah, that's my question.
You get one question. You already asked it.
Man, earlier you were just sending pictures from the trial
Yeah, I know.
to the from the Orson Welles
Dude,
trial.
it's You, the movie.
Yeah, it really. I should watch it. I mean, I read part of the book, but
His movie's really better. I think the funniest thing obviously the one that makes me laugh is when he can't reach the door.
yes,
The funniest thing about that is when he goes through that door, it's regular size. Then he turns around. Yeah, that's You, man. Mm-hmm. For sure. Just the jail cell. There's a jail cell just for him,
yeah, just one jail
Just
cell in
one
the middle
jail-
of a warehouse.
and he's still in his work clothes.
Yeah, when I was truthfully, I didn't read it. I listened to about half of it and still got bored because
Yeah.
I'm that dumb. But as I was listening to it, I was just like, man, this is ringing a little bit too true.
Nah, you get the gist. The trial really sends
I mean,
it
he
into
didn't
overkill.
finish it. So what? I'm supposed to read the whole thing?
Oh, it's finished. I mean, like, is it unfinished technically? I mean, it has an ending.
I mean, it has an ending, but he never revised it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Like, there's scenes where they're like in the. I was reading like some of the notes about it and stuff online, and they were like, there are scenes where like the structure of the room changes, and it's unclear like if that's on purpose or not. Where it's like earlier in the scene, it's like stated that there's a window, and then later there's like no window and stuff.
Oh,
I
interesting.
mean, I think it. And again, this is one of those situations where someone who knows what the fuck they're talking about is like wrong.
Right.
But I feel like it was like he wrote it and then didn't really like go back and polish it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like didn't he like he wrote a bunch of stuff, but like nothing was published before he died, so it's not like there was ever an editor or anything.
That might be true. I don't know. But if that's true, if it's unfinished, this is interesting because in the movie they make that like an artistic choice where like the rooms just change. Oh, that's really interesting. I'm gonna have to fucking read the trial again. Yeah, dude, it's great. You're gonna get stabbed in a pit by two men in fucking fedoras.
I can't wait.
Nobody will tell him what he did wrong. He just wants to go to work. It is so fun. I don't know. I don't think that your reaction to the trial is supposed to be like uproarious laughter, but it makes me laugh so hard. He just wakes up. There are just men in it. It's so funny that like, and it is You because he just wakes up. There are two men in his house, just like questioning him. He wakes up and they're there. He doesn't even try to tell them to leave. He's just like, okay. He's like, they just follow him into the bathroom.
Yeah, you're right. I'm very bad at putting down boundaries when it comes to the law.
Yeah, it's so funny to wake up. There are two burly men standing at the foot of your bed, and your first reaction is, "I'm sorry."
That's funnier if they're just strong men.
It's just two strong men
Man,
going, "What did you do?"
I hate when giant hunks push me around. It makes me so upset.
Oh fuck! I love fucking.
I mean,
literature.
that's pretty much what like my job and like various state agencies have been trying to get to help me have been doing.
Absolutely, dude. You're fucked.
Yeah, my job sent me these like emails like very illegally telling me that we're not allowed to discuss safety concerns with one another.
Right.
Super illegal. So I filed a claim with the Department of Labor, and today they called me to explain why I read the emails wrong. And I'm like, but I didn't. They're like, no, you see, you got it all wrong. It's like, it's this. It's like, did you talk to my boss? Like, did I file the claim and then they called my boss and they're like, all right, I'll tell him this.
Dude, the government is so good at gaslighting you.
Yeah.
Like, that is what they do. That's what they do, dude.
I mean, at the very least, I'm proud that I wasn't like, okay, I guess you're right. I was just like, all right, I disagree strongly and think that you're handling this the wrong way. But if there's nothing else that can be done, thank you very much. Have a good day.
I don't even. Why are you giving them the thank you? Why are you wishing them well?
Because she doesn't care. She doesn't care. She takes it in. She passes it up the ladder. The answer comes back down.
Oh my god. Mm-hmm. That shit's broken.
I mean, yeah, it's fucking any job is just there's a policy in place to fuck people over, and then they pay someone below a living wage to be the one who basically breaks bad news all day.
This is a socialist podcast.
Dude,
It's
like people-
fucked.
you know what the process is at my job?
Yeah.
So someone calls in, if we can't solve their problem, and they're like, I'd like to speak to a manager, what we are supposed to tell them is we are instructed to lie. We are to say, I'm sorry, my supervisor she's on another call right now, and I can't put you to her, but I can put you to her voicemail.
Oh.
And then they'll be like, well, I'll just wait until she gets off the phone. And you have to be like, you have to like put them on hold and be like, fuck, they saw through it. What do I do now? And they're like, tell them that she cannot go. And then it's like, all right, I guess I'll put and then they call back the next day and they're like, yeah, you put me to the voicemail and said they'd call me and no one did. And I have to be like, I am so sorry. Let me put you to my supervisor's voicemail so that she can.
Dude, I would just start putting them through to the supervisor. Can you?
I mean, last day? Sure.
True.
100%.
Sure.
Oh, Christ.
That's evil.
Mm-hmm.
You're a fucking man. Banks don't even have an obligation to the people who fucking bank with them.
And I started being like, I'm like, okay, so the way that our escalation process works is I will put you to their voicemail. They will then review the situation, what you said, the notes I send them. And then once we have an answer of how we can help you, then they'll call you back. And they were like, don't do that. And I'm like,
Right.
why? But it's the truth, and it makes them feel better. They're like, no, I just...
Dude, that is straight up fucking toxic behavior.
Yes.
Like if an
I mean,
individual...
I don't fucking... Like, in my personal life, I don't fucking lie to people. It causes so many problems.
It's Brendan. Let me tell you, lying to people, possibly my greatest downfall. Possibly a lesson that took me a very long time to learn.
Oh, yeah. Now I remember fucking 17-year-old Nick being like, why do you do comedy? You're so bad at... Not to me, but like to just like adult men.
Oh fuck, oh my god, who did I say that to? I'm trying to remember the specific person that I said this to. God damn, I was a nightmare, dude.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, fucking like open mic comedy. It was the first and only scenario that I ever was an alpha.
Yeah. Oh, I would tell people to quit. All people who had nothing. I would be like, why are you doing this? I'm the kind of guy that I fucking hate out here now. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
At least I stopped doing it before I was 37 with a disgusting beard.
Yeah, that's the thing is like like we were fucking like teenagers basically.
Right, which is when
And
you
then-
should do that.
and then like it's like some guy who fucking he's divorced or whatever. he works in like an office at like a newspaper or something. He's not a journalist. He does like fucking the books or some shit.
Right.
He fucking hates it, and he gets to go out one night a week and do open mics, and then he has us fucking bullying him. Like it's the first time he's been bullied since high school, and he's like 37.
It's the same thing as if a 37-year-old guy was like, I should go hang out in a cafeteria. I should go spend my free time in like a high school cafeteria.
But here's the thing, Nick. If you remember, we were like, as far as young people, we were the minority. Like, stand-up comedy, open mic comedy in like rural areas is for 37-year-old men.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you something, Brendan. Teen attitude is potent. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't rein in teen attitude. Once it enters a space, it has a tendency to fill a room.
Yeah, it's true. So we're just creating this toxic, hellish environment for just like working men who need a creative outlet.
Because literally, I think what was literally happening was that for me at least, it's like I was coming out of the environment of being a high school senior and just treating every building that I was inside of like that. Like I was
a cafeteria.
basically, yeah. Like I was like, oh yeah, I know how things work.
All right, let me start a food fight here at Sean Boland's.
Sean Bolins. Oh, I remember headlining Sean Bolins.
I found I have like a private video on YouTube of me headlining Sean Bolins, and good God, I do not tell a single joke for 20 minutes.
I have this very same story. I have the same story as that. They shouldn't. Can I say they should not have let us headline as much as they did? I literally, because dude, when I was fucking 20 years old, I was like, yeah, I'm a headline. I've headlined like 30 times.
I've headlined 30 times amongst 4 bars.
Dude, I remember like being at when I did Benson Ball. I don't remember who I was talking with. It might have been Eugene Merman or Todd Barry. Somebody who I'm sure
you would never speak to again.
I would never speak to again.
And you're like, yeah, there's so many moments like that in comedy where you're looking around, you're like, well, I guess I've made it and this is the new normal. And then you just crash way down. You didn't realize that was going to be your best gig for 3 years.
Oh, it wasn't that it was my best gig. It's that they don't like me after. It's not that I won't talk to them again out of like circumstance. It's like when they see me, they'll turn around. But I was talking to one. It might have been fucking Eugene Merman. We were talking about doing time, and he's like, how much time do you have? Like, how much time you do? I was like, probably like 70, 75 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
I was like, I've got like a special and a half.
And then he sees you go on stage.
No, I did well. To be fair, I did well. I did 7 minutes.
Yeah.
But I did. I have 75 minutes.
I have the same amount of material as Bill Cosby.
Oh my God. What a bad deal that was. You know, I think that my biggest thing is like, I should have started stand-up when I was like 23, not when I was 17.
Yeah. I mean, you got a lot of shots that you blew very early.
Fucking blew them. Every time I see Pete Davidson's face, I'm just like, oh yeah, we both had the same audition, and he went up right after me.
See, I feel fortunate to have never been given any chance.
Oh my God, dude! I there's nothing I know better than the. It doesn't even feel like anything anymore, actually, which is kind of nice. But blowing shots.
See, I feel fortunate in that every gatekeeper along the entire journey has said no.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's like, oh, you don't want me to work your club? All right. Well.
Yeah, I figured.
Let me tell you, I've been bottom of the top third talent-wise the whole way. Doesn't matter what size pond it is. And here I am, ready to get turned down once again.
I remember.
Give me my lumps, mommy.
I burned bridges with fucking. Like Magoobies was giving me time way before they were letting me host weekends. And I remember, such a weird kid. But I showed up. I'm hosting the weekend. I'm wearing an undershirt as my shirt. It's a very tight.
Like Dane Cook.
No, worse than that. It's clearly like underwear. It's like a deep V. You can just see my hairless chest. The tags are printed on it. You know, it's like you're not supposed to see this shirt. The sleeves are like up to here. I look like I just walked out of a piece of child pornography, basically.
Yeah, you look like you were just getting railed from both ends backstage. Then you're like, hold on, fellas, I need to go start the show. The headliner and the feature are molesting you backstage. Then you come out, hello, ladies and gentlemen.
I walk out, my shorts are dripping wet.
You just have like mascara like streaming down.
So I'm sure that it was very uncomfortable just to watch me do comedy. And Andrew Unger,
Just like nipples fully like visible.
yes, Brendan, the shirt was not even like all the way solid. I was like, the shirt is super see-through.
And then as you like get sweaty hosting,
Yes, straight abs. You're picturing it correctly. And Andrew Unger comes back and he's like, you're doing decent slow down. I go, yeah, I will. He goes, why are you wearing an undershirt? I go, well, because it looks good.
Early
go, I
comedy Nick Oldershaw. Some of the worst fits.
Some of the absolute. He goes. It looks odd. It's clearly an undershirt. I go, no. I'm like, people like this. I was like, a girl told me that this looked good, and I wore it for the rest of that weekend and every weekend that I worked at Magooby subsequently, which was 2 more. They stopped it very quickly. They stopped letting me on that stage.
So you ignored the only note the only note the booker gave you. You're like, no.
The other note was what I didn't. Oh my god, I fucking cringe when I think about this. So you do comment cards at the end. They're like, and just go up there, just fill time, engage with the audience. So what I was doing is I passed out the comment cards, and then I was launching into another 10 minutes of material. I was just doing another set. Yeah. Did not know what I was doing at all, dude.
I think one of my worst. I've had so many different bad clothing eras in stand-up, but I think one of the funniest is in Philly when I was working at a bank. So I would wear like a suit to the bank, and then I would get off work, and like I worked in South Philly, lived in West Philly. I didn't have time to like go home and change before coming back to Center City to do like mics.
Oh yeah.
So I would stay out all night doing mics in this disgusting suit, go home at like 2 a.m., fall asleep, wake up, not have time to shower before work. And I mean, the thing about suits is you can't wash them, and I have 2 of them.
Yeah.
So I just became this like, just like, it looked like I was from the 1930s, just a man in a full suit covered in grime.
Go into your job where you sell apples. Yeah, I would do that with when I was a server. I would just wear my. It's even on nights where I didn't have comedy, I just wouldn't wash my server clothes. I would just throw them in a pile, pick the pile up the next morning, show up drenched in sweat to work.
Oh yeah, was it one of the places where like, they're like, all right, you get 2 T-shirts with the restaurant's name on it.
No, this was.
And then I worked in a place like I immediately lost one of the T-shirts.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, well, I guess I wear this shirt 14 times before it's laundry day.
No, it was worse because it was at a fancy steakhouse where I was serving like lobster to people who owned yachts, and I just stunk. I wouldn't even remember my belt most days, shirt untucked. The tie was more of a suggestion.
Dude, I'm there now. Like when you're, it's like when I start a job, I try, but eventually I'm just like I have a pair of gray pants right there. I have a pair of khaki pants. They do not fit me. It hurts to wear them.
Yeah.
So I can't wear a belt anymore at all, and I can no longer tuck in my shirt.
You shouldn't wear a belt then.
Yeah, so I don't.
Yeah.
So I don't wear a belt.
It's crazy to lap your clothing, dude. That's
Yeah.
what you're doing.
I know.
I don't think I've ever done that. No, that's not true. I did once. It's
You know what I
It's a
did?
bad feeling.
You know what I did is, so I bought those figuring like, oh, I'm going to lose weight. These are slightly snug now, but I'll lose weight. I did not lose weight.
The motivator.
Yeah. So I just got fatter, and eventually I was like, I don't know if I can keep wearing these pants. I guess I need to buy new pants. So I looked at what size they were, and then I ordered the next like 2-inch size up
Oh no.
to discover that I'm so fat I stretched those pants out. So when I got the new pants that were a bigger size, they didn't fit.
Oh my god, dude. Brendan. You are fat, dude.
I know. I know.
You are a fat man.
Right now I'm in that I've entered the point in my relationship where she wants me to not die. So we'll be at the grocery store and she'll be like, "What if you got the light taco cheese?"
Get light stuff, dude.
I'm like, but why?
it tastes the same.
It almost does. I know. I'm doing better. Look,
I get light just because I just get light when I see light. You know, honestly. I really do. I just get
Yeah.
light stuff. I'm not even a fat guy.
here's
I
the
don't know
thing.
why.
You and her are right. I don't have a leg to stand on in any way here.
Yeah.
The other problem with my diet is that I hate work so much that if there's food available, I make it like if they're like, oh, we have bagels in the morning, I'm like, I'm gonna eat enough bagels that I don't have to buy lunch today.
Get your money's worth.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on. Just bagel? You can't eat just bagels, Brendan.
Well, I did today.
Brendan,
So,
white bread will kill you faster than heroin. I'm serious. there's no reason for you to ever eat products that are made of like white bread.
I think one of them was wheat.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I get one. I got a nice everything bagel. And then, I have to wait for people to get their bagels, and then I have to walk by, act like I didn't eat the first bagel, and be like, "Oh, there's bagels." I have to, get another one, and then I have to wait for an off time. It's not anybody's lunch, it's not everybody's break, and then I put myself on bathroom break on my
Right.
little time card thing, and then I go up to the lunchroom and I just eat another bagel in the 5 minutes that it would take me to go to the bathroom.
Jesus Christ. Other people don't want these bagels?
Look, everybody else has one bagel and they buy a lot of bagels. And then usually the next day people are like, "Oh, they're stale. I don't want any." I'm like, "I'm having two today."
Stale bread has never bothered me.
No.
It doesn't bother. If anything, I kind of like the crunch a little bit. It reminds me of like pizza crust.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'm so funny with bread. I started. I'm literally the kind of guy I'll get 12 grain bread, like the bread with all the seeds in it, and I'll be like, this is basically a vegetable. This is.
You got that Dave's Killer Bread.
Dave's Killer Bread is weird. It's too mushy for me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I'll fuck with it if my roommates buy it. I'll snag a slice or two.
I'll get the in-house bread at Ralph's or whatever, and then just freeze it and thaw it one piece at a time.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because I can never finish a loaf of bread.
Oh, let me tell you about eating loaves of bread as your only meal. It's pretty easy. But you never. It's funny because bread fills you up until it's the only thing that you're eating, and then you're literally never full.
Damn.
I'm telling you this from experience. That was my life hack was I'm really poor. I can't afford groceries. Bread fills me up. I'll just spend 59 cents on a ciabatta loaf every day, and then I'll have to spend money on food.
You're eating like you're in prison in the 1800s.
I'm eating like a video game. Just
Let me eat a giant loaf of bread and a mashed lobster, shells and all.
But yeah, apparently your body needs nutrients really bad.
Yeah, it appears it does.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to get on Soylent.
I was looking into that.
I mean, it's expensive though. It's less expensive than just eating food, which is the downside.
It's more expensive than just
Or
eating
more
food.
expensive, yeah.
So is it just for people who are just I don't want to think about what I mean. I don't want to fetishize food or whatever. They just want the protein or whatever.
I think some autistic guys made it, and they're like, I don't want to eat food.
Yeah, ew.
Let me game.
That tracks with Isaac's whole thing of
Yeah.
weird mouthfeel. And Sean Preston sent me a thing. Speaking of which, because I know that your tea ran out, but did you know that you can just get tea over the counter? I guess Blue Chew style.
No.
But it's 99. You can. There's a website. It's been advertising to him, but it's $99 a month
Oh, that's too much.
for testosterone.
Yeah, mine was 20 a month, I think.
I mean, I'm thinking about once I'm rich again. I might fuck around with some testosterone.
It was pretty funny that month that I was on it.
Not to be funny, I want to work out.
Oh, well, don't do that.
I want to. See
I wasn't doing that.
at all.
I was taking it to
I think
try
you
to
have to.
I was trying to come more.
But don't you
No.
also have to work out when you take it, or else it doesn't take?
I mean, it's not going to make you more muscular. But like for me, the goal was just to like have more of a powerful aura and also come.
I don't know if it worked.
I do not think it worked. It did make me like more angry. It made me like it made me have mood swings and acne.
Did you get acne?
Yeah,
Where did you get acne?
my face.
I guess that's the privilege of the beard. So I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I just want to start fucking around with. I want to start fucking around with my my genes before I get too old to do it.
Yeah, we really got to start mixing up some new DNA in you.
I want to go full Bioshock. Just like making plasmids and injecting them into myself.
Yeah, we could figure that out, I think.
I think that we could
We're
easily
pretty
figure it
smart.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'll start with the T-gel and we'll try to get it struck by lightning.
Yeah, and it's got to be in like it's got to be in a weird perfume bottle from like the 20s. That's what I...
That you just like smash in your hand.
That is such a bad way to consume things.
Yeah. Yeah, I love video games like that where it's like, oh, to heal myself, I inject a dirty needle that I found in a closet.
Yeah.
You know, look, we'll all be there soon.
I hope so, man. I'm
Remember
What were you going to say?
when the event was funny? Were you
Yeah,
hearing
before it
something?
started happening. Yeah, I think that's fireworks. It's crazy, man. In my
What the fuck? Like, I've been hearing fireworks or gunshots every night.
people are popping off. In my neighborhood, apparently they're shooting fireworks at like the LAPD choppers, which, sick. Just
Yeah.
careful where that lands. Like if you take the chopper down, it will hit somebody's house. But yeah, no, they've been shooting fireworks. They have been straight up like somebody in my neighborhood, because I know fireworks and I definitely know the sound of a fully automatic rifle, and that has also been going off. And then last night I was on FaceTime with Bay, and there was an explosion that was not only loud, but it caused all of my room to light up. Like through the the window. So my bed frame is against the window. There's a little bit of window just above the bed frame, and like slats, like where the blinds are or whatever. And even through that, my whole room lit up, and then 10 car alarms went off.
Someone throw a hand grenade?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know what it was.
Damn.
It's pretty exciting.
Do I need a gun? What the fuck is happening in the city?
I don't know, Brendan. I mean, I feel like here in Burbank, it's pretty chill. I thought that the police were going to arrest me because when I was waiting for you to answer the door, this like Armenian lady just walked back and forth like 7 times and was like, I was like, if I get fucking arrested in front of the house where I used to live, and nobody will march for me.
No. I mean, I will, but I'm going to be pretty easy to subdue in that
absolutely.
march.
Yeah. It's weird.
Here's what I think. All right, we got the cops, we got the protesters. The cops fight the protesters or whatever. Look, here's what we need to do. Everybody, the cops, throw aside all your bullets and everything. We just go 1v1. We pick our
Definitely.
strongest protester. They pick their strongest cop.
Yes.
Square off. Then we go second strongest.
Bracket style. We have a bracket. We put the bracket up
Yeah.
on a fucking...
Until at the very end, it's me and like some like almost about to retire cop, like an old like 70-year-old detective,
Yes.
and I just fuck him up. I just fucking lay into him.
That's what I want. Yeah, dude, I want to pull off some special moves on cops.
Just spin kick their head off.
Yes, dude, I want to pull off advanced combos on cops.
Oh yes.
Yeah, man. That's an egalitarian way to do it, I think. I just think that that's right.
I think so.
We need to...
I am let me tell you, I am real disappointed with gun owners in this country right now.
They suck, dude.
Yeah.
Although,
They fucking love fascism.
but did you see? Hang on, the Boogaloo Boys, the bunch of leftist they were out. They were at a bunch of protests. I don't know if they were out here, but the Boogaloo Boys were defending the fucking protesters
Good.
against police this way. But you know what's fucked up? Most major media publications characterize them as a right-wing group. And they're furious about that. There are a bunch of like interviews with these people on Twitter where like, we are here for Black Lives Matter. This is fucked up. Police brutality has to end. And they're smearing the Boogaloo Boys as a fucking right-wing group, dude. Mm-hmm. That shit sucks.
yeah, they don't want the left to know that guns help them.
Guns are so cool.
They're good.
Good. They're going to help you.
Yeah. Let me tell you, how are we going to get them to the guillotines? You think Jeff Bezos is going to walk himself there?
Yes, that's a very good point.
Yeah.
These because it's like leftists. They just want to like roll the guillotine up to Amazon headquarters and be like, "Okay, you have to come out.
Get in.
Get in. Please. I'm not going to ask you twice. Please get in."
Ring the doorbell again.
Yeah. Jeff, sweetie.
Man, I was here's the thing I must admit. I've not been to a single protest because I'm not on social media. I don't know where any of them are.
I thought you were going to go to the downtown Burbank one.
I was, but I didn't know what time it ended because I heard about it. I don't.
They just go, dude.
They just go?
They just go. Because the whole point is, especially during a curfew, the point was to like go past curfew. So they'd go to like late.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, there will be more.
Yes.
But I was watching footage of one of them, and I was like looking at how many protesters versus how many cops, and I was just imagining like we need somebody on a horse to order a charge.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, you did. It is, again, it is fucking freaky though when you actually get there. Like, and the DTLA protests have been pretty. Those are the ones near my house. There hasn't been like any crazy police violence, but just even when you get there and like you're in front of the halls of justice. And then it takes you a minute to realize there is a cop in every single window of this, like not just on the rooftops. There were cops' faces in every single window of that building, like just in case something happens. And you're like, what the fuck is this? Mm-hmm. This is fucking creepy, dude.
Play fair.
Serious. Well, also like the protesters were genuinely peaceful. It's just it's fucking weird. It's weird. It sucks. I hate seeing it. I hated seeing the tanks like fucking rolling down the 101.
Yeah.
It's like we are living in the midst, without being dramatic, but these are like all the hallmarks of a failing state. Like to a cartoonish degree. Like everything that everything that I made fun of pearl clutching white women for saying would happen is kind of happening.
I'm so mad.
I'm
dude.
furious.
You know how mad I am? The fact that like you go back and you look at the footage of white ladies crying on election night, and it's no longer like dramatic. You're like, oh, I guess they called it.
Yeah, it's
Man,
it sucks.
I really miss when it was funny to say that he's good.
It's still funny.
It's still kind of funny.
I get mad.
I don't want to do it on air necessarily.
No, definitely not. Every day, dude. Every day, like this shit with Steve Mnuchin today or whatever, where it's like they're lending another $500 billion to corporations that they won't disclose. It's like this is so fucking evil. I can't believe this. But then he'll tweet something that makes me go, okay. Like,
I mean, just like making CNN apologize for
Yeah.
the poll. That's pretty funny.
Brendan, it's because it's something that Hitler would do. It's so fucking. I think it's funny because
It's something Hitler would do, and then CNN would apologize.
Yes.
So luckily, we're not quite at the point where like media
Is capitulating to his
Yeah.
demands, but it's like. I mean, I guess what's funny about it is just like the brazenness, where it's just like, damn, he's really going for this shit.
Yeah, because, like, I mean, you look back at how the fuck did this podcast become Chapo Trap?
It's
God
not,
damn.
we're not nearly smart enough to be
I know.
Chapo. We're not introducing any fucking like.
I've also never listened to Chapo Trap House, but, like, I mean, you look back at that and you're like, how did that fucking happen? I mean, even if it was, like, step by step, people should have noticed and been like, what the fuck? This needs to end now. And now I'm like, oh, I guess there was nothing that they could do at all.
Yeah. Also, it was hilarious as it was happening. And here's why it's funny. Because basically every promise that your parents made to you about like things that wouldn't happen in America, just like one after the other disproven over the course of like 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, like, I remember I really, like, growing up, the American exceptionalism that we learned in schools really set in, where I just believed, like, I was just like, yeah, America's the best country in the world.
Yeah.
We will never again have war on our soils. We will never not be the biggest superpower.
No, we're so dude. We're on fucking borrowed time. We're the youngest country. We haven't collapsed yet. Countries are supposed to collapse. That's just what they fucking do.
Yeah, it's like the Native Americans like doing ceremonial burns of the forest to keep it healthy.
You have to do it. Yeah, it literally is like, it's like we're not the youngest country, we're the youngest like world superpower. Like the country's what? We're shy of 300, we're just shy of 300 years old, over 300 years old. I don't know I'm not good at math.
1776. So we're coming up on
300.
350?
1976 was the bicentennial. So 2076 would be the tricentennial.
Yeah, so we're coming up on 300.
We're coming up on 300. So
I
1776.
think.
Yes, no, definitely, because I know that 76 is the bicentennial because I read a fucking children's book
Yeah.
about
So
the
we're like
bicentennial.
250 years?
Thereabouts.
Yeah.
Something. It
Okay.
has to.
Ish.
Does that math make?
I mean, a bit shy. Christ, why am I going back to college?
This is why I
I'm
said.
so retarded.
This is why I said not 300. That's all. That was a safe bet. It didn't need to be more precise. It was,
God damn it.
But we like. It is so unlikely that the youngest world superpower would just continue prosperously forever, man. It literally doesn't make sense, especially when you just look at the rest of the world. It's like, yeah, what did you think was going to happen?
Yeah, well, look. We better start learning Mandarin now.
I'm learning Mandarin.
Oh, yeah, you are.
Sort of true.
In a way,
In a way.
one might be able to argue that Nick is learning Mandarin.
I shouldn't even be on the air right now, I gotta be honest. She doesn't like it.
I regret talking about grocery shopping.
Oh, I think that it's fine. But
Oh man. So what do we do now? Do we strap up now? What do we do?
I'm basically just trying to become like, I'm just trying to become like a wanderer of the plains, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I was talking to Julian about this. I was like, "Do I need a gun?" And he's like, "No." And we basically talked about it and we're like, I mean, one person owning a gun makes no difference until enough of the left owns guns.
Right. It's about arming the working class.
Yeah, cuz like, I mean, if the cops want to kill me, they will kill me.
You're outmanned, yeah.
Yeah.
You need to like own a gun on like a commune.
Or like just fucking just like guns need to be evenly distributed amongst the population
Whoa.
no matter your political leanings.
Are we talking about fucking redistributing the damn guns, dude? this is we
No,
need to,
because that sounds like taking the guns away from the Repubos.
true. True. But maybe you could probably sell conservatives on socialism if it's like, yeah, and there's a socialist gun. We're doing UBI for guns.
But it won't though, because fucking like the NRA has supported every major piece of gun control because they fucking they're bootlicker. I mean,
really?
yeah, like the gun control that Reagan passed in response to the Black Panthers, the NRA
Right.
fucking sponsored that shit. Because the NRA doesn't care about gun rights. The NRA cares about white people having guns and black people not having them. And even more than that, it cares about gun manufacturers making money.
Man, this sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking hate the NRA so much.
They're no good.
They're no good, Brendan.
And I mean, I plugged the Socialist RA last week, and I am still going to join them, but the more I'm looking into it, the more I'm like, oh, I think that this is like one of those things where there's no real national like significance to it. Like if you have a chapter that's good, but like
Right.
I mean, at the very least, it's $25 a year, and then it will put you in contact with people in your area with similar leanings.
Right.
Because I would love to hang out and like shoot guns and talk politics with like left-leaning people.
Yeah, man.
Because when I go to fucking gun shops and fucking ranges, it's all people who think Obama's a Muslim.
Right. Well, he did wear that fucking hat.
I mean, he wore the hat, so. I saw him do the dance. Oh wait, that was George Bush.
I think was it? On Ellen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there was a clip of George Bush like dancing in Africa.
What?
Yeah.
This sounds like
he's
a-
like doing.
This sounds like a rare Bush clip, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely played on the Daily Show a bunch.
Oh, I need to see that.
What the fuck was up with everybody wearing those shawls? Like all the congressmen, those like.
So apparently that was at the request of a black constituency. So like apparently like it wasn't as like liberal cringe as people are saying. Like apparently there were black people who requested that they do that, which just
That sounds like a bit. I mean, good bit.
yeah, they're like, let's see if we can get these. Like, it's just like somebody makes a bet, just like, I bet I can get Nancy Pelosi to wear a fucking dashiki, and then
And then when they see that went through, they're like, make him wear the Looney Tunes basketball jersey.
yeah, make him wear the Monstars. It's just like, I bet I can get this rickety old bitch to kneel for 8 minutes. And did you see the video of them getting up? Because so they put on the shows, all these fucking geriatric fucking Congress people kneel for 8.5 minutes, and they're just like shaking, they're breathing heavy, and then dude, they get up. You think that some of them aren't going to make it. It's so brutal to watch.
Jesus Christ.
Nancy Pelosi. This is where like it's getting fucking tough. Like even like with my left leaning. Well, they're not left leaning. They're liberal. Like relatives on Facebook who are like standing Nancy Pelosi. It's like, dude, she is literally just reskinned Mitch McConnell.
Mm-hmm.
They want the same fucking things. I don't know. I feel so pessimistic about like the state of our government.
Yeah, I mean, we do need to. We just need to like flip the board and start over.
Completely.
Like, Jesus Christ! Like, for the way that they drill into us that like all these things, it's like they're like the Electoral College, and it's like the way that they make it sound is it's like the Constitution was like handed down on stone tablets from God, and it's infallible.
Bitch, Constitution's fake. Constitution's literally just some shit. My dad talks about the Constitution like that. My dad loves invoking the Constitution, and I'm like, it's okay.
I don't even know what most of them are.
You don't have to. We know the big ones.
Yeah.
Free speech.
Uh-huh.
Let me have a gun. Who cares about the rest?
Yeah.
Don't let soldiers
At
sleep.
one point, we stopped slavery. That one's good.
That's huge. We love that one.
That one's good.
But also
Let the record show that the podcast
well,
Coward Hour.
That was an amendment. Clearly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so is speech and everything.
Oh yeah, it's the first amendment.
First 10 amendments.
but this is-
And then also, it's like, you're still writing the thing. Why isn't that in it?
What I'm saying is, if that was written in it, why is that shit an amendment? That should just be that's just a here it is. The
Yeah,
amendment,
yeah.
That's just
The fucking Constitution had day one DLC. Fuck this bullshit.
this thing sucks, dude.
Yeah.
Or it was literally like they've just wrote the "We the People" thing. That's the Declaration of Independence.
No,
doesn't matter.
Like they put out the Declaration of Independence, then they're like, "Here's the Constitution." It's like, bitch, you're putting out GTA 5 again. What kind of next gen bullshit is this? Look, folks, we need a gamer president, and that's why this podcast endorses
Ace Watkins. Well, it's just so funny that like right off the bat they're amending that. Like if the Constitution was that bad, they could just be like, all right, well, let's just write a good Constitution. It's,
Yeah.
It's like the second day we'll just be like, we're not doing that one. We're gonna write a new one. Everybody chill. Like, do over. Mm-hmm. I have no idea what is in the Constitution at all.
I know that It's very important that Nicolas Cage has it.
That Declaration of Independence.
Well, fuck.
I think it doesn't. Honestly, dude, hot take. Who gives a fuck what's in the Constitution? Just literally, let's do a new one. Because now we have Amazon and Predator drones.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. People are like, they're like, yeah, the Second Amendment was written when it's muskets. All right, so let's write it again now the same.
Yeah.
Be like, well, we wrote it. Look, see, it says bump stocks are okay.
Oh, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm too dumb. I'm not. I know that I'm too dumb to be as enraged as I am about politics. I've been trying to educate myself, but it's just like, man, it's so hard to catch up.
It's really hard to catch up. It destroys your brain to like keep up on it to a responsible level.
Well, you realize that like most of the fucking adults who you know that are like really into politics, I say adults, I'm 26 years old. What am I doing, dude?
Mm-hmm.
We've been babified for like I think that our generation permanently thinks of ourselves as like 14 at the kids table.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm fucking 28.
Yeah, dude.
My parents had been married for 7 years when they were my age.
Holy yeah, mine too. They'd been married for a minute. But most people that you know or like knew growing up who are like politically active and engaged, it's like, oh, but they're just crazy layers of like cognitive dissonance where it's like they're educated somewhat, but like not to condescend to people because I'm sure they know about shit that I don't know, but it's like I don't know, man. I don't see how you could come to any conclusion other than the system is broken and we need to do something if you were like actually politically engaged.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I mean, fucking, how much fucking propaganda do we learn in fucking civics class?
Yeah, I don't think I got to take civics. I took social studies.
I mean, growing up, like, socialism was like a joke.
Yeah.
It was like funny to pretend that you were like left.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I knew a kid who was like getting into communism in high school, and I would just be like, it'll never work, right? Like I would just like say that. It's like I had no idea.
Yeah,
I didn't know what communism was. God damn, so stupid.
very, very stupid. But yeah, like when I read the news enough that I feel like I'm staying aware of things, it makes me so stressed out and miserable that it's like unhealthy for me to like be active.
Yeah. That's where I was like, I think that's why I might have been spiraling today, where I'm just like, I gotta fucking emigrate to Germany.
Yeah, that's how you escape fascism. You go right back to the source.
Ah, fuck.
You somehow find Hitler's grave and just cut his head off. You wait for everything to like for like the world reset.
God damn it. No, I'm genuinely worried about like I want to be able to leave the country before it's hard to do that, man. I don't want to see. Have you been out of the country?
No, only when I was a kid.
Where'd you go?
The Bahamas. So like
So no.
no, I didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I'm getting like massive like FOMO about just like I've never seen anything that's older than like 200 years.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see something that's like a fucking 1,000 years old, dude.
Yeah. I mean, at the very least, like, should we go to Mexico? We're so close.
I don't think I want to go to Mexico for some reason.
I mean, like, the parts that we would get to from California
I was supposed to go to Mexico for a wedding, like in 2 weeks, but
oh, yeah.
COVID fucked that up.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I was gonna meet so many Mexican bays.
Ah, that would have been nice.
Just arrogantly not speak a lick of their language. She'd be like, no, you come to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just seduce them with your eyes, impregnate them, go back to the country they can't enter.
Yeah, this dude, I was one time when I was taking a Uber up here, I was telling the guy that I was going to Mexico for a wedding, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Mexico City." He's like, "That's where my family's from." He's like, "Did you know that you can just pay for Uber with cash down there? It's like $5." And I'm like, I'm like, can you? Like, that's on the Uber's fine with just like you paying for your ride in cash. I mean, look, maybe that's how it should be.
Yeah, that's how it should all
I
be.
love to keep it off the books.
Yeah, I mean, I've been fantasizing a lot about a nice safe recently.
That's the best place to keep your money.
Just like if I, like let's say I start serving again, I kind of want to get back into restaurant shit just because I was happier. I mean, the only reason I stopped was to do comedy and fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
So if I just became a waiter again and I just put that money in a safe. And what else do I have in the safe? Maybe a passport, maybe a gun.
The essentials.
I just got a nice little safe there.
Just
Maybe like an envelope with like pearls in it or something weird.
in case you needed to leave quickly.
1 gold bar.
You just show the gold bar to the fucking TSA agent. You're like, let me on the plane.
Yeah, I convert all of my money into gold, and then I'm just fleeing with like 1, an extremely heavy bag of gold. And then 2, I'm like, all right, now how do I fence gold?
it's so funny to imagine you going through the fucking like the body thing just with your pockets filled with gold. it's just beeping and
Beep, beep, beep. It's beeping so loud.
you're just drenched in sweat.
They're like, sir, are your pockets full of gold?
Your pocket. I mean, truthfully, the tricky thing about just walking around with gold on hand is proving that it's yours.
Yeah, because like if a cop pulls you over and you have like a burlap sack of gold coins
Yeah.
with like the money side, they're not going to be like, a private citizen transporting his coins.
Yeah, dude, you can't just be cruising around like Wario with fucking... What is even on gold coins? Like, not Sacagawea dollars. I'm talking about like I've always thought about that. Like, there's that scene in Spider-Man 2 where Doc Ock breaks into the bank vault and it's literally burlap sacks of gold coins. I'm always like, what's printed on those coins? Like, what's like? How much are they worth? Like,
Yeah, I mean like a gold bar, like where do you get one?
it's not worth as much. Like, I remember thinking, like, oh yeah, if you have 1 gold bar, nobody can tell you anything. like you can. That's what's that, like unlimited money? I think it's like what, like a few $100s or something.
I was gonna guess a few thousand.
Is it a few thousand? Oh, is that work? Is that the K in carat translates to? Is that why like 1K, 1,000 is equivalent to 1 carat?
I bet no.
You don't
but
think so?
It does sound good.
I think that might be right.
I mean, does the value? I mean, wait.
The
The
carats,
point of gold is that it doesn't change in value, right?
right?
But does it?
Man, there's no way gold is not. I mean, of course, gold's a scam. It's the shiny rock.
Yeah. I mean,
What, dude? Okay, this goes back to where it's just like the building blocks of society are so flawed.
yeah, like why is gold valuable? It's like, yeah, it's fancy. You can make like jewelry out of it and it looks nice. But like, why do we care?
Well, because literally the first time when people first started, this is back at what we were like bartering, right? And then somebody found gold, and just the color of it made people go, "Wow, give me the color." Which, like, honestly, that's kind of like wealth. Like, addiction to wealth summed up is like trading goods for a color that you're obsessed with that you don't want to part with. So, look, I can't believe it's so bad that we're having this conversation and neither you nor me smoke weed. We hate it.
Yeah,
Right? This
we
is-
hate weed. We're just like, man, money's not real.
Money's
man.
not real. You ever know? This is such a bad conversation. But also, let me tell you something. Whenever you bring this up, people just tell you it's a bad conversation and they refuse to answer the question. Nobody has yet answered the
Yeah.
question.
Why does gold matter?
Why does gold matter? Why are
People
we
were like, well, it's important to electronics. It's like, yeah, but we didn't have those when we decided this.
Yeah.
Unless we did. Huh? Unless
True.
fucking it's like, well, you need that to make the spaceship.
Right. Oh, that's interesting.
Did the aliens tell us that it's important? Is that why they came here?
Oh, that's crazy, dude.
Because, I mean, the civilizations that they touched had a lot of gold. Egypt, The Mayans.
Brendan, we are sober baked right now.
Is that what this podcast
We're
is?
literally, we are so stupid. I think this is why like pot doesn't work for you and me, because that's our base level.
This is where we already are. I mean, look at my fucking room. I never smoke weed, and I'm just like, you know what would look cool is a blacklight poster.
Gonna need a blacklight poster. Throw the Grateful. I'm gonna need, dude. You got the Grateful Dead thing, but then you also have like that alien world.
Yeah, I just have Roger Dean.
It's just like Yellow City. Just like, wow. Imagine if you were there.
Yeah.
Like, that sucks.
Look at the rocks floating.
But again, to my point, it's like when you do this, the people, oh, think of the first person to ask that question. It's like nobody's. I would love to meet the first person to ask that question because he's probably as frustrated as I am.
Yeah. He died not knowing, just like we will.
Yeah.
Soon.
How does the value of gold not decrease? That doesn't make any sense.
I mean, the demand for gold must increase and decrease like any other good.
Well, but the demand for gold feels artificial because I feel like the only time you have people like going back to the gold standard is when there's fear that the economy is going to tank. So like when the like what is the motivation for keeping your assets in gold? And if gold doesn't, so let's just say that like banks and economy, whatever the fuck, the economy agrees that like the value of gold doesn't depreciate. What's to stop them from just like the way that these people on late night TV try to sell you on going back to the gold standard makes me think that very quickly the gold standard is going to suddenly degrade.
Yeah. I mean,
And they'll just be like, yeah, no, it doesn't. Why did you think it was worth something? Like, it wasn't written anywhere.
I guess it's just bullets then. Is that what we need?
Yeah,
to
just
we
like-
stockpile bullets?
I think that's coming. I mean, dude, we haven't, again, gold, I at least understand gold more than fucking Bitcoin. Don't get me started on Bitcoin, dude. I think bullets actually make sense. Bullets have a use.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, fucking... Yeah, like bullets and food. That's all we're gonna... That's what it's gonna be... God, I'm so stupid.
We are so stupid, dude. Look, the way that my finances are right now, I can't even access cash. I basically have a number that I've got a card that allows me to pay for things with a number on it, but it's literally just an arbitrary number, and that scares me a lot.
Yeah, how does your employer pay you on like a debit card?
Oh, so you can get it. You can because it does have a routing number, so it'll pay right to that, and I guess I can get cash back. But I'm not allowed to withdraw cash from an ATM. Oh, I can't wait to get my money right. As soon as I get my money right. I mean, I do have to admit, I do, as always, I really enjoy just being like the Schrodinger's cat of like citizens, you know, like there's no
There's no knowing if you exist.
I am dead and alive at the same time. It won't be until you've captured me that you know for sure.
But unlike Schrodinger's cat, it doesn't, like, once you are observed, it's still unclear if you're alive or dead.
Yes. Dude, I was rewatching the third season of Fargo with Bay, and it was really resonating with me where I'm like, it's, yeah, anyway. I'm not going to recap Fargo, but anyway, yeah, I feel like we got way out of our depth in this past 15 minutes.
We truly did. Do we got anything to plug? We haven't plugged the Discord in a while.
Yeah, plug the Discord is here's what you should do. Follow us on Instagram. The Discord is one of our pinned stories at the top. It's also our pinned tweet on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter, please. And yeah, just follow us. We want to get those social media numbers up. I got a really cool package from. Oh, I meant to bring the shit over.
Oh yeah, tell me about that.
I got a really cool package from 2 listeners this week. A bunch of toys for Rita. A bunch of a can of Spam. 2 different varieties of ranch dressing, and a vintage copy of Disney's Uncle Remus Tales, and a bunch of other stuff, and a bunch of other stuff too. But yeah, very, very, very fucking cool. I love to get shit like that.
Hell yes. All right, I guess that's it.
All right, guys.
All right.
See ya.
Knock, knock, open up, it's me, the crazy, shady, faded fucker, so rock the G. See a lady, make a baby, lead her on in peace. Only time I give a fuck is for my own release. That's why I own these streets. Straight up, portfolio showing growth, fuck a pay cut. Yeah, you know I stay slut. Catch me in the spot, looping up for the self-suck. Oh fuck, I busted already, I'm coming bucket so heavy. My dream of cream coming steady, now my mouth open, I'm ready. I'm talking solo heavy petting on a Friday night. Not talking bashing the bishop, more like Nantucket's delight. I'm taking all the time I need to do it just right. Got my candles in the fishnets cause it's on tonight. Oh that's right, it's time to fillet, no need to debate me. I suck until I go ooh wee and spray my white pee. I got that ski.